Welcome back, one and all, to the worst stocks in gaming history, and let's take it back to Pandora. After a solid debut title, a monster sequel, and some solid ones sprinkled throughout, this looter shooter IP was ready to go nuclear with its third installment. Borderlands 3 was coming and people were excited. I myself was ready to put 5 fifth graders in a headlock just to make sure I secured my copy day one, so you can understand the stocks were soaring. And then we get closer, and then the game releases, and well, let's just say things weren't as magical as what this dude tries to do in his spare time. Now, do not get me wrong here. There were a lot of redeeming qualities that this game had. The gameplay stands out as the best in class with the additional movement and tighter gunplay. We had even more guns to obtain. The new character class and trees allow for a whole new range of expression. We see you, Zane! And not to mention, the art was super dope and just fit the vibe that we're going to places in Borderlands that we haven't gone before. Despite the quality that this game was showing, there were a couple of things that were just too big to ignore and ended up casting a shadow over the entire experience. I feel like the structure and pathway of some of the maps just felt super complex for complexity's sake. I mean, did we even have waypoints at launch? Did we even have waypoints? This may be a personal one, but I feel like the loop of getting legendaries and top line loot was a bit too easy and dampened the feeling of actually receiving one. And probably the most prominent criticism of this game, the story was just lacking and took 10 steps backwards. The story dragged on too long. That ratio of Borderlands style cringe humor to actual serious emotional moments was just way off. We didn't get enough of the latter. And on top of that, there were some cool unexplored moments and avenues that we just didn't get in the story, like the beef between the Calypso twins. I wanted to explore more of the dialogue and narrative of Borderlands 2 because of the better balance between seriousness and humor. But Borderlands 3, it just felt like a chore that was so dated and I had to slog through it. Borderlands 3 combined with that godforsaken live action film made sure that this stock took a hit, but hopefully we can be fully back with Borderlands 4.